Hello, you metal maniacs. The name is Bruno. I'm representing Road to Metal. And today we have an interview in English, apart from the regular Portuguese. So I'll try not to fuck it up too much. This is actually my very first English interview. And I have the honor of interviewing the great Leather Leone.
Hi, guys.
Well, today is September the 1st, and the last album was released in almost 3 years ago. Hi,
Yeah,
Leather. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm getting ready to come to your country.
It's going to happen this month still, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly.
2 weeks I'll be
Two
there.
weeks, 2.5 weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Woohoo. I was at the. It's going to set. The concert is set to occur in the Metal Bar, and I was there last week.
Oh, cool.
Random curiosity. It's pretty much our shrine for metal here in São Paulo.
I love that place since I was introduced to it a couple of years ago. Love it.
It really is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're starting off with a bit of an old question.
Okay.
The album kicks off with the track "We Take Back Control," and I remember an old David Vincent interview, David from Morbid Angel, and
Uh-huh.
it was an interview from the 90s. He once mentioned about the independence mentality for metal, and he used an example of he prefers to serve himself, to put his own food on his plate rather than a waiter coming and serving him. So I ask you, this song, this track, it shares a similar feeling.
Yeah, it was just about me getting my life together, getting my music together, doing it myself, as opposed to thinking everyone around me had the same plan as me. And I'm pretty lazy by nature. So I was just taking back my pieces and doing it my way. Yeah.
You and me both, because I'm such a
Yeah.
lazy
Yeah.
bastard. Just at least me, I'm ridiculously lazy.
We live and learn, right?
Living it today.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
today it's the best way to do it. You know, the 80s, it was more of a congealed feeling, I believe. And now, no, nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody's coming to save you, as they say. Yeah.
it goes for pretty much everyone. Nobody,
Oh, it does, yeah.
especially
The
especially in the
sense of
world of
family is gone. Yeah.
family, especially in the world of social media. Most people don't really give a shit if you are
They don't.
feeling good.
They just want likes and sponsors, and nobody gives a shit. And that's okay.
Engagement.
But you have to really understand that and move along yourself.
It's like Mikhail Okafelich once said, you either adapt or you die.
That's right.
Mikhail from
I was
Opeth.
having a conversation with Chastain recently about AI, and I'm like, fuck AI. And that's what he said to me. He said, you better learn to live with it or you're going to live without.
Are going to be
Yeah,
swallowed
yeah.
by it,
Yeah.
sadly.
Sadly, yeah.
Regarding the previous record still, from 2020 and 22, the whole world underwent what I like to call it the Resident Evil days. I'm trying to avoid the actual word because the algorithm does not like it.
Oh,
And
really?
it turned the whole world upside down, not only music,
Oh,
but for everyone else. Uh, how the composition came to be during such a peculiar period of time, which was the
well,
Resident Evil days.
there was nothing else to do. My writer was in Brazil. I was in the States. We couldn't do anything. So we just decided to try to write a record. And we had all that time, right? I had 2 years. Yeah. So it was the way that we got our frustration out, as you can hear by the lyrics in the song. I was so freaking pissed about everything. But I got a great record out of it. I got great songs.
Yeah, because the previous one too was it came out in 2018, if I recall correctly.
18.
18.
Yeah.
So it was a
Might have been
4 years.
17. I don't know. I'm not good with the chronological stuff, but it came out pre Dark Days. Yeah.
Me neither. drink occasionally, so. You mentioned Brazil a few seconds ago, and from what I could gather, you have a very Brazilian connection here with our country, with
I do.
especially with Torture Squad, with a musician called Vicky, which is one of the most charismatic musicians I've had the pleasure to meet.
Yeah.
Ever since I moved to São Paulo.
I know Chrism
as well.
Yeah.
So can you fully explain about it?
I came into Brazil in 2014. Someone had called up Chastain to do a tour. He doesn't want to tour anymore. So he gave me the information. So I came down, and as soon as I got off that plane, man, the magical voodoo and the rain. Rio was my boyfriend at that time, but I moved on to Sao Paulo.
I was born in Rio, the state of Rio.
I just had a connection to Brazil right away. And the love that I got from there, and the metal is so ingrained in those people. And it's just, Sao Paulo is just so creative and buzzing with all this youthful enthusiasm. I just love Brazil.
Yeah, the metal scene in Brazil is quite active nowadays.
It reminds me of the 80s. Yeah, it reminds me of the 80s in the Bay Area.
It's actually the most active state here in the country, São Paulo. Rio is, I speak by experience, okay? I speak by experience.
Yeah, no, Rio has changed a lot.
Regarding Rio.
For me too. Like I said, Rio used to be my boyfriend, but the past couple of years I've moved to Sao Paulo as my boyfriend now.
If I got this right, Rio is like the guy you like to hang out.
I used to, but I moved to Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is my new boyfriend.
For a few weekends, but the one decided to the one you chose to marry was São Paulo.
Sao Paulo, yes. Well put, yeah.
I kind of did a similar way because I was born in the state of Rio, in a city called Macaé. But I moved to São Paulo, close to the city, because São Paulo is both a city, the capital, and a state. The same applies to Rio. Rio is also the city, a city, and a state.
Yeah, I really like it
slope.
The Galleria, I go to the Galleria every day and hang
Galeria
out.
do Rock. It's pretty much our temple when it comes to rock and metal in São Paulo.
Yeah, God, I can't wait to get there. I'll be there, I think I'm flying in on the 15th, which means I'll get there on the 16th. Yeah, I'm going to be busy. I'll be busy.
I actually attended your last concert here. It was January 31st, if I recall correctly, at the Red Star Studio.
Yeah.
I was actually there.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Should have said hello. But that was such a crazy impromptu.
It was a rush. There was just so much stuff going on. I went to the metal bar shortly after, but I was so tired and I have to get out as soon as possible because I had to get some sleep.
Yeah, like I wasn't selling tickets or anything for that place, and I'm going, what the frick? And then I got there and it was crazy. So it was fun. It was fun. The sound is amazing in that place.
Sound quality is really good. Yeah.
Yes.
It actually
for a little tiny place.
Yeah, it actually rivals some of the main venues here, like Carioca Club.
Yeah.
Quality is actually pretty much on par.
Yeah. In the back area, it's just so European. I love all the little tunnels and the little brick streets, and I just can't wait to get back there.
And
of course, all the food,
Whoa, that's for sure.
I'm vegan, but it's still easy to find vegan food all over the place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Yeah.
And regarding the last album still, I could notice that there were some heavy extreme metal influences on it. And the album itself is Tall Order, if I allow myself to say that. And I could notice a very thrashy vibe into it. How did this came to be?
Came to be because at the time I wrote that with Vinny Tex, and he has played all kinds of music, extreme metal, quite a bit. And I am a huge extreme metal person, although I don't do it. I mean, you can see I put my little everywhere that I can. And he had a lot of influences, this whole plethora of different music. And we discussed it. I said, please, throw everything in every song. And he did. Yeah, it is a bit thrashy. he would present this stuff to me. We would do the demos, and then he would have his ideas, and he would send it to me, and I'd be like, but he was right most of the time. Yeah, those were all his influences, because I do have a voice that will kind of go in that direction. So that's how it came to be.
Yeah, the drumming aspect was, in my opinion, was the most.
Braulio Drummond, come on, he's one of the best drummers in Brazil. I think there's two amazing drummers in Brazil, Braulio and Marcus Dutta, that I work with now. They're just sick. They're sick.
Yeah, the drumming aspect is what stood out to me the most. And Braulio Drummond is actually the drummer of Dorsal Atlântica, which is quite considered a legendary thrash act here.
Yeah. And isn't there a band called Syrian that he plays in?
Syrian.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. I surround myself with extreme metal people. I mean, Troops of Doom, Marcelo, he does all my graphics. He does all my
Marcelo Vasco.
Yeah. So I just surrounded myself with extreme metal people. I love it. So therefore, I told them it gives me street cred. In Torture Squad, I sing with them whenever I can. So
Torture Squad is on a whole other level. Oh,
I am in love with Maya and Renee, and I mean, I love them all.
Can you please explain how this relationship ended up being so productive recently? You with Torture Squad?
I started. Maya and I have kind of been doing vocal swabs back and forth. I think nothing intense. Like she'd say "good job," and I'd say like, "Oh God, you're so beautiful and talented." Blah blah blah. And then she knew that I was coming to Brazil, and she said, "You know, I wrote this song, and it just seems like your kind of song." And I'm sorry, that was a song I did with her. I can't even think of what it is right now.
Warrior.
And she said, "I'm going to send it to you, and let me know what you think. And if you want to take a certain part," and I just listened to it. I was like, yeah. So I went up and recorded it with them. I think it was just her was there, and I met all of them, and I just loved them. And then I'm in Brazil a lot, so they just pull me up on stage a lot. I call her my daughter. She's my daughter. Yeah.
That's one way to put it. In fact, if I recall correctly, they called you to sing at the Summer Breeze last year.
Yes.
Especially
I did Summer Breeze
Warrior.
with them. And I did, they had a big Nervosa show last fall, November. I went up on stage there. Yeah.
Nervosa also played the last day, the day prior to Torture Squad.
Yeah.
Saturday
Whenever
morning.
we're around, matter of fact, she's going to be one of my guests at the multi-bar probably, because she just lives down the street. So. Yeah.
So I guess we can expect some surprises.
Yes, I'm gonna have some guests there. Yeah.
I do like surprises.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten to know these people. I have to involve them in everything, you know. I mean, Brazil is so loving. Like I said, it reminds me of the Bay Area in the 80s. It's just a family, and it's not like that here anymore. So.
There are actually some people. There was a hard rock festival this last weekend in São Paulo, and there's quite a few people with even similar hairstyles from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I do know a few of them.
Yeah. When I first started going there, the chicks would have the blonde streak and the bullet belts and the striped pants that I used to wear. I tell you, what really touched me is when I sang Angel of Mercy, and the young girls that are in front of me singing the words to Angel. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, it's incredible. They weren't even born yet, you know.
I was going to mention that.
It's pretty cool.
Now for a slightly different question. I'm reaching the mid-30s, and I'm already feeling that my age is starting to take...
Oh my God, you're a baby. But go ahead.
I wish I was. I wish I would. I mean, sorry. I wish I were a baby. Wish I were. But reality can be disappointing, according to Thanos, which is what I'm facing right now. My age is starting to take its toll on a few stuff, and voice being one of them. I do not sound as if I did a few years ago. So considering you have tremendous amount of experience in this line of work, so to speak. What do you do to maintain your voice, to train your voice, to keep it sounding almost as powerful as it did back in decades ago?
You know, I don't really do a lot. It's just God gave it to me, is what I say.
Whoa.
What you have to do, first of all, accept the changes that do happen. And personally, when I was young, I always wanted to sing in these lower keys anyway, and I couldn't. So I sounded like a 12-year-old girl. But I'm really active. I do a lot of cardio. You know, my metabolism. So I run, I do cycling, I walk uphill. I recently actually started working my voice out a lot more. I don't warm up before shows, which I'm going to start doing to see if it makes a difference. Drink shitloads of water, try to sleep. But then again, you also have to consider I don't tour that much anymore. I don't play that much anymore. And especially I had that 27-year break. So my voice was saved when a lot of people were out doing pushing it a lot. I just, like I said, to me, it's all physical. It's physical for me. I have to be physical to keep this coming out,
Yeah, some people like the Crypta Chicks, the Crypta band.
Yeah, Fifi.
They tour like for days on end.
All the time.
Which kind of
he sleeps. Sleep is so
voice.
important. Sleep is so important. Water, two of the hardest things for me. And I know I read a comment that she had the other day. And when I was touring a lot, when I first went to Brazil, I don't sleep. So I would get somebody else to do my sound check. And if I can literally just take a 20-minute nap, my vocal cords just wake up. And you have to drink water all the time. It's
all the time.
All the time. You can't expect to start drinking it 2 days before a show. It's accumulative. You have to drink all the time, all the time. I live in the bathroom, But sleep, exercise, water. And when I say I work out in my voice, I will just work it out like I'm talking to you. We are the chosen. I just do it at voice level. Maybe 30 minutes a night, sometimes an hour, sometimes 10 minutes. I just try to work it out every day in some way.
Yeah, sometimes taking a nap works wonders on our body.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Everything that's hard for me to do, and I don't eat a lot. Yeah, you put out a lot. And again, I get so much from the people. I mean, I've been on stage sometimes when I've really been hurting, and it's just the energy that you get. And I learned a lot from Dio, too, about how to dodge, how to do lower octaves and make it seem like you're still on top of the game. So there's a lot of tricks.
Mm-hmm. Regarding the fact that you have a lot of experience, just for the sake of curiosity, going back to the early 80s when you started out with Rude Girl, and fast forward to now, to 2025, what exactly do you do apart from music, or even including music as a whole, to maintain interest and or to keep things fresh?
I work with animals. I'm a huge animal person. I just go to farms and hang out with the farm animals. I'm actually going to go to Africa finally to work with the elephants.
This year?
The end of this year. I just it's nature for me. I mean, I'll just go for a freaking walk. I live in Northern California. It's just phenomenal. It's exercise and nature, really. And the news, I'm like a news freak, a conspiracy freak. I'm actually started reading books again. Nature. And I listen to a lot of obscure music, just really weird stuff. I just look around. I mean, the world is still very interesting to me.
Regarding weird music, I'd actually suggest you to listen to some dark ambient stuff, because it can really triggers your imagination, so to speak.
Okay.
It really does make you paint a picture or a scenario.
Yeah. Send me some links. God, there's a band called Nile River or The Nile. And the guy is so depressing. I mean, it's amazing. And it does, your mind just goes, I like alternative stuff. And I'm also kind of going back to the 80s, like Queen Loves Jezebel, Enjoy Division, all that kind of obscure stuff. And I like pop too, you know. I'll listen to what Taylor Swift writes sometimes, what Madonna's doing. I mean, it's all very interesting.
Lady Gaga.
She actually just did a really cool thing here in San Francisco when we lost Ozzy at the end of her show. She did this whole Ozzy thing. It was really remarkable. But yeah, I like to go check out those people that have become big in the business, and then little people like me. So yeah. Music, nature, exercise. That's about my life. And wine. I'm a wino.
A wine, a glass a day keeps the doctor away.
I do 2 or 3 glasses a day. Yeah,
it's even better. Keeps even more.
And that's
doctors
something else
away.
I don't do for my voice. Like I'm going to leave in a couple of weeks and I have to start working, so there's no more alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's horribly dehydrating.
Exactly.
And I really notice it. I mean, I can just have a beer after a show, and I can't do it.
Yeah, Prica from Nervosa actually mentioned this numerous times. Every time she's on tour, she doesn't even drink.
Right.
Not even a single beer.
Yeah. She's putting out every night. Yeah, I know. I ran into her show at the Caraco Club. Am I saying it right? Carioca Club.
You were there at the Dark Dimensions Fest. Now I remembered.
I went up and sang Warrior, and for those who dare, she was mentioning to me because I said, "Holy crap, you have this huge tour coming up," and she said, "Yep, I'm not drinking tonight." Yeah. She really puts out. Yeah.
And she knows her shit because she's a fantastic singer, and Mayara taught her how to perform growls.
Oh, really? Yeah,
she is her teacher. Yeah.
Well, I know that singing and playing is like one of the hardest things to accomplish. So all those people that do that, it's so admirable to me. I mean, I can play scales on a piano. That's about it.
Yeah, regarding piano, once you decided that you wanted to, okay, I'm going to follow this path, I'm going to go write music. Did you knew beforehand that you wanted to be a vocalist, or you tried to play an instrument before?
No, it was always singing. I was singing all the time in my church, and I can remember my mom one time. She brought me to a vocal lesson, and it was a woman, and she said to me, God, I was like in 8th grade or something, and she said, "What is your goal?" And I said, "I want to be better than Annie Wilson." And she said, "You'll never be better than Annie Wilson. That's not the goal that you should have. You have to be the best that you can be." And that made sense. Yeah, that was the one vocal lesson I had in my whole life. No, it was always singing. I just didn't know what to do. I can remember going to college, and I don't know. I didn't know, do I find a guitar player? And then I just started talking to guitar players. So no, it was always singing for me. I took a class in college. I say college very loosely. I took piano for a semester, and I can remember it didn't click with me. And when I write stuff, I obviously with a guitar player, and we'll talk about what I'm looking for, but I really let them express themselves. Guitar players bring all their stuff to me, and then we pick and choose. And sometimes, I'll have an idea like da 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 da, but I always need the close relationship of a guitar player to help me with melodies and stuff. I write lyrics like crazy, but I need help with melodies to make it the best it can be.
So basically, when you make a music, when you write a song, you write the lyrics, and then the sound aspect is written around it, or is it the other way around?
Yeah. It's kind of like I said, I have books and books of lyrics, and someone will present me with music, and then it just kind of fits in. So I put them together is what I do. They're usually written separately. Guitar player has an idea, I have an idea, and we join them together.
I get it.
It's actually a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of patience, as you can tell. I'm everywhere, but that's what the dark days taught me. The time writing this, actually, Vinny textually taught me this, because we'll write a song. I'll be like, okay, next one. And he'll be like, no. And we would put it away for many days. and then let it grow. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. So yeah, patience in writing material. And as Steve Vai said, Chastain used to tell me this too. You'll write something, you think it sucks, put it away for a while. And it's true. Eventually it comes back and makes sense.
It can be reused eventually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chastain used to say that. He goes, I write so many songs a day. Maybe I'll use 1 out of every 5, but you still have those pieces. So I learned a lot through the dark days. Yeah.
Or the Resident Evil days.
Oh, is that what you call it? The Resident?
Yeah, Resident Evil is a video game franchise which revolves around an outbreak that eventually goes into a
Oh, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
worldwide scale.
Yeah.
Now, to wrap things up, because sadly our time is coming to an end, there is one last question that I would like to ask you.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with music.
Okay.
During your 2 decades hiatus, you found yourself a love, so to speak, for animals. Oh, you maybe had it before, but then during this two decades, you were able to strengthen it, so to speak, as a veterinarian. So would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, when we stopped touring, I had looked around for a lot of stuff to do. I had met with a lot of labels and I wanted to get into heavier music. None of it worked out. So I was fine with it. I'm so proud of the Chastain stuff. It was like, what else would I want to do? Animals. So I hooked up with an animal hospital. I wasn't a veterinarian. I was a tech. I was a technician. I was the nurse.
Okay.
And then I met my first pit bull. His name was Bo, and it was over for me. I started rescuing them and contributing my life to them because they're a lot like metal people. They're extremely misunderstood. Yeah, so I got into animals. It really saved me because I was kind of going crazy not doing music. Although when I made the decision, when I make a decision to do something, it takes me a long time to get to that decision. But when I make it, it's for real. But yeah, so I did that for 36 years. Yeah.
Because we're lazy by nature.
And you're making me think Larry Howe from Vicious Rumors, who lives really close to me, he walked into the animal hospital one day and I was like, what are you doing? And he said, I have been looking all over you. So he kind of started talking to me about getting back into music and stuff. And I was like, I can't really sing anymore, blah, blah, blah. So he kind of laid that seed back into me.
Well, and that's it. Sadly, our time, as I mentioned, has come to an end.
Am I going to see you at the multi-bar or the metal bar?
Absolutely. I'll be covering the concert, to be honest.
Great.
I'll be doing some concert coverage.
I have other things that haven't been announced yet, so I have a bunch of stuff going on.
As I mentioned, I do like news. I do like news. Especially surprises.
Yeah. I have a few. Yeah.
Well, Leather, it was a great pleasure for me. It was actually, as I mentioned, my first interview in English. So
hey,
it was
you did great. You did great.
Well, thank you. Much appreciated.
Better than me in Portuguese, I'd be good. Yeah, I know. Bom dia. Is bom dia what is good morning? Bom dia.
Bom dia. Yeah.
And how do you say goodbye? Do you use ciao? Can I say ciao ciao?
You can
like
say
in Italy or
goodbye is adeus, but you can also say
adios.
Ciao seria bye, simply bye. Goodbye, which is slightly stronger, is adeus.
Oh, adios. I didn't know that. Okay.
It's similar to Spanish.
Of course, I know boha,
Boha, stupid.
Yeah. But it was wonderful, Gabriel, too. I'll meet with you and I'll see you in a bit.
The pleasure is all mine. And I, of course, would teach you some of more Portuguese words.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I'll talk to you soon.
It was a great pleasure. And I'll see you eventually.
Eventually.